What's going on, everybody out there? I went and bought some flowers. By the way, I'm sorry. Let me open up this vlog the correct way. I know better than this. Hi, I am Anita Johnson Merchant. I'm known as the Prayer Advocate, and I am sold out to prayer. I am just a girl who loves Jesus, but I also love fashion. So I wanted to come on really quickly, maybe not quick, and just talk to the ladies. Those ladies who don't have someone specific or special in their lives, who love flowers, and you just haven't had flowers in a long time. I'm opening up the little sprinkle that you put in the vase. Buy yourself some flowers. Today was the day that I decided to go pick up my flowers. I try to buy myself flowers at least once a month. For some reason, mine lasts about 2 weeks, and then I'll go a week or two without. And then I'll stop and I'll say it's time to buy myself some flowers. So what I did was I went to our local H-E-B. Those of you who are in Texas know about H-E-B. I'm not sure where else H-E-B is. And I got me some flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk to you all, and I'm going to arrange my flowers. I have 2 vases. This one. See? And I have this one. This is my favorite one. And so I'm going to arrange these flowers in both of these vases. I'm going to put one on my island here, and I'm going to put the other one in my bedroom. You know, it's nothing like waking up and smelling fresh flowers in the morning, or just during the day when I pass by them on the island, I can smell them. But when I lay in bed for the night, or I wake up in the morning, I can smell the fresh flowers, and it automatically, I don't know about you, but it brings a smile on my face. I get happy. I just anticipate the day is going to be good. And yeah, that's what I normally do. And I said, well, I'm getting ready to put my flowers in the vase. Let me come on and talk with God's people. And especially the women. Men, you can do this too, because there's a guy that I follow on YouTube who is into flowers, and he gives himself, you know, he buys himself flowers to, I guess, to make him happy or himself happy. Putting the other pack in here. To make himself happy, which I'm impressed. Some of the men that I follow on YouTube. Yeah, I follow some men on YouTube. Y'all might want to try that, ladies, single ladies. I don't want to get anybody in trouble with their, you know, their marriage or anything. But, yeah, I follow some men who are single, or they just have their own YouTube channel. And they show where they are buying themselves some flowers, or that they are actually, you know, arranging flowers. So I'm just going to put some water in here so that I can arrange them the way that I need to. And what I normally do after about the 2nd week, I usually change my water. I hold on to the little packets like this, change out the water, cut them down a little bit more, and then I have them for another 2 weeks. Because a lot of people ask me, how do your flowers last a month? And that's how I do it. After 2 weeks, I put the water in this one. I just, like I said, I pour the old water off and put new water. And I always have extra little flower packets. I pour, you know, have those to keep them fresh. And I usually keep them about, they stay about a month. Now, when I buy my flowers, I don't buy them already fully bloomed. I buy some of them fully bloomed, and then some of them I don't buy bloomed, so that they will have an opportunity to bloom. And so that's what I normally do. But I'm going to start off with some of these beautiful baby breaths, you see? And I'm just going to arrange them after I cut them a little. I just cut them just a little. I don't cut them a lot. Now, I'm not a professional florist, and they may get on here and say something totally different, but this is what works for me. You know, I've learned in life, there's a lot of people out there who are very good at what they do, very educated at what they do. They really understand the process, and it works for them. And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I am all for that. But then, you know, you have to take a stand, and you have to do what works for you. You have to do what works for you. You have to discover and figure out what works for you so that when you go to do certain things, that you're doing what works for you. You don't have to always do what somebody else says. Now, I'm not saying not to follow a florist or professional on how to do plants or what to do with plants. I'm just merely saying sometimes you have to do what works for you. And so for me, this system that I have created, it works for me. So that's how my flowers last me an entire month. I am going to drop a few ice cubes in here too. So just so you'll know. And I'm going to show you the finished product. But while I'm doing this, I'm going to just talk about being good to yourself, treating yourself, making sure that you are getting things in life that you want, that makes you happy. Those of you who may have someone in your life who does things to make you happy, that's good. I'm all for that. I think that's amazing. It's a wonderful thing. But then when you're like some of us, I'm single, and I'm living my best life. I must say that. I won't complain. And I have friends that I can call if I want to be in the presence of a male. I can just call and maybe do dinner or whatever we gonna hang out and do. And I thank God for those few male friends that I have. They know who they are. They probably gonna watch this on my channel. One of them is gonna call me and give me a critique of what I'm doing right now, and I love that about him. I really do. This is one of, look, this smells so good. Man, it smells good. I love smelling this eucalyptus every morning because it seems like the older it gets, it smells better and better. So what I do is I put one of those also in the one that's going into the bedroom. I put that in the one that's going into the bedroom because I like to smell that early in the morning. I'm going to show you what it looks like once I finish because I have several packages here that I bought. Well, how many did I buy? I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bunches of flowers that I'm going to use today. And like I said, what I do is I make sure that they have this little packet because that's what I'm going to use in 2 weeks when the water starts looking one way. I save and hold on to those and refresh my water and add some more of that, and that tends to make them last longer. So I wanted to continue, as I was saying, about, you know, being good to yourself, even if you don't have someone in your life who would actually be there to do those things for you. And even if you do, sometimes, you know, you shouldn't just rely on someone else to make you happy or put a smile on your face. It's okay to do it for yourself. Sometimes, you know, most people think that they have to wait on somebody else to do it. And you really don't. I've always loved fresh flowers. And anybody that has been in my life knows that. And, you know, would occasionally buy me some fresh flowers. But I never stopped buying them for myself. And, you know, I get that. My mom used to always tell us, I have 5 sisters. And she used to always tell us, you don't need to wait on someone to make you happy, that you should make yourself happy. First, she used to say, you always make sure your relationship with God is tight, that it is exactly where it should be. And she said, she would say things like, you know, if you had a husband or you dating or whatever, and they add to your happiness, that would be good. but that you shouldn't sit around and wait on them to make you happy. She said because of your relationship with God, it's the first thing that's going to remain and help you be happy. And then other people add to it. So, you know, I've always believed that. And that's how I've been when it comes to buying flowers for myself and, you know, just making myself happy. And yeah, do I get lonely sometimes? I don't get like lonely or desperate, but sometimes I want to be in the company of a male. I got 2 sons. And, you know, like I say, I have some male friends. Look at these. Look, these are going to blend in and make the color. Oh, I lost one. Oh. They're going to bloom open and add color to the flowers. And I buy them like this on purpose because I want them to bloom slowly. And as they're blooming, I'll get to enjoy them and get to see exactly what they look like. So that's why I buy them partially bloomed instead of bloomed all the way. Most people buy theirs already bloomed. I wait on mine and then I allow them to bloom on them, you know, on their own. But yeah, I woke up today and I was like, you know what? Today is Flowers Day. I need to go get me some flowers. I need to add a little spice and sparkle and happiness to my day. And so that's what I ended up doing. That's what I ended up taking some time to do. And it just makes me happy. It makes me smile. I was thinking about, I have 2 good friends who are dealing with some things and just having some little trials, you know, with life, things happening in life. And I was thinking about them too as I was picking up the flowers, because a lot of times I would take one of them some flowers on Sundays or after church. Hadn't been able to do that, but I say all of that to say, you know, sometimes you have only you to make you happy. And that should be okay. That should be okay to the point to where you can do it. Now, don't get me wrong and don't go out quoting me saying that I say that, you know, a man can't make you happy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you don't have to wait on one to make you happy. Do I like to receive flowers from a man? Of course. What woman don't? But as I was saying, I'm not just sitting around waiting on one to come along and buy me flowers for me to be happy. Like I said, I go and get them. Ooh, this smells so good. And I just go along with them doing what I do. So here's the final. Let me fix this some more because I want this to come over on this side. I play with it a little bit to try to just make it look a little different. I do that sometimes, but I'm one of them ones, I'm going to mix them. They may not all go together, but when I finish with it, it tends to blend in and look a whole lot better when I finish with it. You know, just kind of play with it. Give it some spunk. You need to put some of this over. Some of this over here. And then that way. Yeah, there we go. I'm playing around with it, you guys. I usually play around with it once I get them in the vase on how I want them. And then I play around with them till I get them how I want them to be. I need some of this over here. And this right here. There we go. So here is, I gotta cut those down some. Let me play with these a little bit. I need this to hang out here. And bring some of this over here. Take some of this and bring it through here. That's the beauty of the flowers. You can just play with them to get them how you really want them. I think that's going to be okay, because once they start blooming and opening, that's where I'm going to see the beauty. So, here's one. As you can see, this is the one I'm going to sit on my island. I'm going to put it over here for right now. And I got to work some more on this one, because I think I might need to put something else in here with this one. I don't know. I don't like the way it really looks, but I'm going to keep working with it. This may need to be cut down. This may be too long, but I want it to droop over. So you can see this one. It's kind of like a little wild, but I like it like that. So there you have it. I probably should have cut it down, but I like the wildness of it to be hanging over. And then the smell is amazing, amazing. So as I was saying, I needed to just get me some flowers. It had been a couple of, maybe a month since I had bought myself some flowers, because I was so busy doing other things. And I kept wondering, I was like, there's something missing. There's something missing, and I can't figure out what it is. And the other day, I thought about it. I said, you haven't had flowers in a while. And so that was on my agenda for today. Today was a really nice day, but I wanted to come on and share that with you all, just to remind you that it's okay to buy yourself flowers. Hair's all wild because the wind is really high out there. It's okay to do things to make you happy. Now, when someone else adds to your happiness, that's a blessing truly. But if you want to be happy, you have to make the decision, the choice to take action, the steps that you need to make you happy. Because once you're happy, everything else will trickle in and flow in to your life. I'm a firm believer of that, because I live that every day. But as my mother say, it's because too I am very strategic, consistent, make it a priority to spend some time with God every day. And that helps my mindset of knowing He truly wants me to be happy. He will allow things to happen in my life to make me happy. But I've got to be happy with myself. I've got to be happy within. And I believe that it's because of my relationship with God that I am happy. As I was saying, am I saying I never want a mate or a man? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, in the meantime, until God sends whoever it is, I am going to contribute to my own happiness. And I'm going to let God continue to pour into me so that I can pour into other people. Just keep in mind, ladies, that life is what you allow God to use you to make it. And being a child of God, a loving Jesus, it's no way for me boring. A lot of people think your life gets boring when you totally surrender and give your life to God and say, yes, Jesus, use me. I'm going to allow you to use me and follow your guide and your lead, and that your life is boring. Well, I'm here to tell you, there's nothing boring about my life. It's vibrant. I'm enjoying it. Oh, have I been enjoying it since I retired? That's just how good God has made my life. And I'm just sharing all of this because when I was getting my flowers, Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, make a video, a vlog, whatever you want to call it, and remind the ladies that they can contribute and have what they need to make themselves happy. If you don't do anything else, I want you to remember this. Let nothing good or bad interrupt your consistent prayer life. You be blessed, and remember, get those flowers